Hey, this is Lionel with Sutton Safety Shoes, and I'm going to give you 3 keys that will help you get a great fit on your next pair of safety shoes. I've been selling safety shoes for nearly 40 years, and in 40 years of fitting safety shoes, you learn a lot about shoes and a lot about feet. So today I'm going to give you 3 keys that will help you get a great fit the next time you're getting your pair of safety shoes. We like to call these our ABCs, or rather just ABC. A stands for adjust. In safety shoes, nearly everyone will wear a different size than they wear in their normal everyday street shoes. Because of the way safety shoes are made, in order to be safe, you have to make adjustments. So we'll talk about this a little more later on, but just think A stands for adjust. B stands for ball, as in the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is the part right behind your big toe where your foot flexes. In a safety shoe or in any shoe, the ball of your foot should fit right here across the widest part of the shoe. Now, why is this important? If you position your foot a little too far forward, even though your toes won't hit the end of the shoe is actually too short. If you position the ball of your foot, the widest part of your foot, back a little bit, then the shoe won't flex the way it should be, and they'll be very uncomfortable. Let me show you this. Whenever you apply a little pressure on a shoe, the shoe will bend. This position here where it bends is where the ball of your foot, the joint behind your big toe, should sit. It shouldn't sit back here. Your foot will try to bend here, and the shoe bending here will make them very uncomfortable. This is why a lot of people think that just going bigger makes a safety shoe more comfortable, when really it's not positioned correctly. That brings us to C, as in cap. The cap is the part of a safety shoe that actually makes it a safe shoe. The cap is the part of the shoe that protects you when something falls on your foot, and it can also stand up to 2,500 pounds of compression force. So when something rolls over your foot, it protects your foot as well. Now, what makes a safety shoe safe, this cap, is also the one thing that plays havoc on your feet if you do not fit them correctly. That's why we have to adjust and get the ball of our foot in the correct spot, and adjust also for this cap. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, so now it's time to buy a pair of safety shoes. Let's say you normally wear around about a size 10. In order to get the correct length in the safety shoe, remember when we said the letter B stood for ball? The first thing to do is to make sure when you try on a shoe, say you start with a size 10, you put the shoe on, you lace it up. Make sure that the ball of your foot is in that widest part of the shoe. If you do this and it's sitting right squarely there, then the shoe is the correct length. Now, sometimes this might mean some people, they'll have a little extra room at the end of the toe, and some won't. That's because just like with fingers, toes, people have short fingers, they have long fingers, they have short toes, they have long toes. What really matters is that the ball of your foot is positioned in this correct place in the shoe. If you do that, you will have the right length. Now, after getting the right length, let's look at one of the major problems with safety shoes. That firm cap that we talked about that gives you all this support and protects your foot, this cap is very rigid, and because of this you have to give yourself some room around the toe cap. If you don't give your room around the toe cap, then after wearing them a little bit, they'll start to rub and they'll start to hurt your feet. Now, in an everyday street shoe, when you buy it, if it's a little tight, we say the shoe breaks in and it feels better. But with a safety shoe, this doesn't really happen. So you have to give yourself a little more room inside of this toe cap. Most people on the toe cap have a problem on either the side of their big toe or the side of their small toe. A lot of times this is because they position the ball of their foot too far forward. Take me for instance. I'm a person that, in relation to the length of my foot, I have relatively short toes. Because of this, when I fit the ball of my foot into the widest part of the shoe, I have almost a ½ inch of room from the end of my toe to the very end of the shoe. Now, if you had long toes, you could wear the same size and maybe only have a ¼ inch from the end of the shoe, and both shoes are fitted correctly. So if you fit the ball correctly and you have the right length, what you need to do is go wider. In all of our time selling safety shoes, we have found out that nearly 50% of the people that wear safety shoes have to go to a wider width. Sometimes they have to go up a half size, and sometimes they just have to go wider. So position the ball of your foot in the correct spot. Don't be afraid not to go a little bit wider if needed, and give yourself the room to make your shoes flex in the right place and to be comfortable. Well, there you have it. There's your ABCs. Now there's a lot of other things about fitting safety shoes, but these 3 keys will solve 99% of the problems people have with fitting safety shoes. In future videos, we're going to be showing a lot of the different aspects about shoes and how to fit safety shoes. We're going to be talking about toe caps, whether composite, steel, aluminum alloy, titanium alloys, and many others. We're also going to be looking at some of the different key things that you will hear whenever you go to get safety shoes, like electrical hazard, slip resistant, and static dissipating. Check out these at our website. We will be posting them shortly at suttonshoes.com.